Our time pirates, how are ye this morning? I am ready to get some writing done today. I'm much more awake today than yesterday. Again, no good reason. Still went to bed late, still got up early. So I don't know why I was so tired today or yesterday or why I am so awake today. There's no logic to it, which makes me go back to what I said. I think it's just hormones because that's something I cannot control. It doesn't matter what I do. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on here. But it's just me this morning, so I hope you cannot live with that. Poor poor Alicia must actually, go do her day job, right? Going and hanging out with Lorelai. I hope she does amazing at her math competition. Swank says, "Howdy, everybody! Happy Girl Scout Day." Do you know I'm a lifelong Girl Scout, Swank? That is like a huge part of my life. The puppy's trying to eat the kitty. Go on, puppy. Don't eat the kitty. Go on, over here. There, thank you. She's out of bones. The kitty might be in danger. Um, I ordered her more. I swear I'm always ordering her more. Aren't I? Yeah. She eats all the boneses. But when she's eating the boneses, she's, being good girl. So she can eat all the boneses she wants. Yeah, good girl. Yeah. So yeah, Girl Scouts. That's my thing. I wonder if I can find some cookies today. Better hurry. I'm sure cookie season's almost over. And happy Popcorn Lovers Day. Ooh, that sounds yummy. And Plant a Flower Day. I need to really do my garden. It's like desperate need. Lindsay says, "Hi guys, I'm working again. Boo, but definitely listening in the background. Excellent. We are here. I'm going to have to kick that cat out because I can't make the dog stop. Cora, get. Get. She didn't get walked yesterday because it stormed all day. And if I walk her today, it won't be until late because I have a meeting this afternoon. Cora, she is caught in my cords. Did you get free? Don't go back there. Yeah, just don't go back there. It's really not that hard. It's not that hard. No, it's not. What are you putting here? It's not that hard. Oh, testing my patience. And I can't just let her play outside. First of all, she ate the hose. She literally chewed right through it. And I don't leave her outside that long. So it's not like, I just throw her in the backyard all day. I know lots of people that do that with their dogs. I do not do that with her. And somehow she still managed. In a little bit of time, she has to go out to chew through the hose. That's great. And since it's been raining, if I leave her out there, she's going to play in the mud. Yes, she is. And then I got to figure out how to hose her off. And I have a meeting and I don't want to be all muddy. Oh, all right. It is what it is. Alicia says, "Good morning, time pirates. We have made it to Math Bowl competition. Just waiting to start." Oh, I'm so excited. So excited. I remember those fun days. I'm so glad Lorelai likes it. Neither of my kids had any interest in any academic competitions. I was like I said, I always kept my kids busy. I thought that was important, but they need to be doing things they want to do, right? Not things their mom wants them to do. So yeah, neither of them were interested, and I was very sad. Destination Imagination was the closest thing they got, and that was, a creative endeavor. So they liked that. Dharma says, "Morning, morning, Dharma. So good to see you. I like this time change if it means we get to see you." Swank says, "Alicia, I'll keep my fingers crossed." Definitely. Swank says, "It's 42 degrees. Uh-oh, is it chilly outside? I've opened and closed the door, but I don't really notice the temperature in the morning. I'm too, like, zombieing it. Zombieing. I'm too much like a zombie. Yeah, we got 48 here. Holy moly. I didn't realize it got cold. All right. Talk about temperature control. Like, I'm cold sitting in my chair, but I'm always cold sitting in my chair after I get out of the warm bed. You know what I mean? I guess I will put on a jacket for my errands today. Thank you for the warnings, Mike. I would have gone outside and been like, "Whoa," and I probably would have been running late, so I wouldn't have time to go back and get a jacket. You just saved me. You saved me. Dharma says, yeah, I got up early because the cat was yowling for her breakfast. Couldn't go back to bed for reasons. I've managed to write 357 words so far today. Yay! And Alicia says, I read that the Girl Scouts were founded on this day in 1912. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's Girl Scout birthday. And I just forgot. Or I mean, I just didn't know that it was then officially a Girl Scout day. But I guess it makes sense, huh? Look, if you don't leave that cat alone, I'm gonna throw you out. Go on. Um Yep, Juliet Gordon Lowe. If I had a patron saint, it would be Juliet Gordon Lowe. And Nikki says, hello, good morning. I'm starting my morning on page 332 in Day of Fallen Night. Ooh, you're making it right along there, Nikki. I like it. I like it. Ren says, hello, everyone. I am way behind on Priory. I'm like 3 days behind. So I have got to catch up. We'll see how long the meeting goes today, whether I have time to do that or not. What am I on? Yeah, I'm still on 225, which was like Sundays. So I'm 4 days behind. And Ren, hello, everyone. Good afternoon, Ren. It is so good to see you. Alicia says they're starting. Check back in later. Excellent. Have fun. Ren says, need to get some work done. Hopefully, I'll be getting Crown of Midnight done today as well. Nice. Ren says, Cora wants to find out what the patience limits for the day are, right? She's definitely testing them. I'll tell you that right now. But again, she didn't. You can tell when she hasn't been walked. But I wasn't being lazy. It was storming all day. I was like, sorry. Molly says, did someone say popcorn? Yeah, it's popcorn day, Molly. That's one of the days Wink shared with us. And good morning, Molly. Good to see you. Good luck to Alicia's kid. That's right, Lorelai. You got it. Ren says it's been raining today here as well. Yeah, we got the sun out today. Thank heavens. Maybe it'll dry it up a bit. Just not too much so I can pull those weeds out. Ren says, I also haven't been reading Priory, right? Like the first week was on it. Now I've just been behind. So I definitely need to prioritize that today. Dharma says, I've been to Juliet Gordon Lowe's house in Savannah. Me too. We actually, it's almost like a mecca for Girl Scouts is Savannah. And so we took our troop when right as they were between 8th grade and 9th grade. It was our big, and we'd been together since kindergarten, right? And so we were like, let's go to Savannah. And they saved up for a few years, did extra fundraisers, and the whole troop went out to Savannah. And we went to Juliet Gordon Lowe's house, and we went to Tybee Island for fun. And we ate at some delicious restaurants. We saw like the first Black church built by Black people. So that was really, really cool. And it was part of the Underground Railroad. So we got to see that. What else did we see? I don't know. It was just so much. There's so much we saw in Savannah. And there was a patch everywhere because it's Girl Scout Mecca. And what do we like? Patches. There's a reason I say I'll do anything for a patch because I really will, man. I love them. I'll have to bring up my blanket one of these days with all of my patches on it. And it's not even all of them. My last 4 years in Scouts, I still have an entire big old thing of patches that I don't know what to do with them. Maybe another blanket. That might work. But yeah, I love patches. And they're not just Girl Scout patches because I buy patches everywhere we go. Molly says, I am drinking spiced cider flavored sparkling water. It's interesting. Yeah, that spiced cider flavored sparkling water. Yeah, I don't think I could do that. But I'm not a big fan of sparkling water, so I don't like my water spicy. Ren says, I feel better knowing that I'm not the only one who is behind. Yes. Yeah, this is all about camaraderie, right? But the camaraderie was supposed to be to encourage us to read. So come on, Ren, we could do it. We could do it, Ren. Swank says, we went to the Salvation Army, so I was a girl guard, their version of it. Got it. No, Girl Scouts. I was a Girl Scout as a kid and then Girl Scout leader and big time volunteer. Like if you heard last night, I founded a day camp. I worked on the council. I worked volunteered. I didn't work for council. Um, but I volunteered on the council level. I did a bunch of the community stuff. Our community, which is like the local area, like just like this spring area, and they divided up by elementary school because we recruit from elementary schools. I've done about everything you can do, volunteer wise, and I just loved it. But then the company has taken over all of my time, and I haven't really done anything with Girl Scouts in a while. I figure I'll prioritize it again when I have a granddaughter. Dharma says Savannah has some awesome places. Yeah. Yeah, Savannah's all I said because I went with the Girl Scouts, right? So there are a lot of things we didn't go do. We ate at like this old pirate restaurant and they showed us where they used to bring in the rum and stuff. Like it was really cool the way they did that. Um, we saw Fort Jackson. Like we did we saw a lot for the week we were there. You should have seen my schedules. I had the daily schedule lined up, everything set. When you're hauling, so many girls around, you kind of need to stay organized. Um, and all the stuff we did, they chose, right? It wasn't me setting all the things. I set the itinerary, um, and made all the reservations and stuff for them, but they earned the money for it and they decided what they wanted to do. So that was a lot of fun. Um, it was fun giving them a budget and watching them decide what they wanted to do. It was so much fun. Um, yeah, that was good. That's part of the reason why I loved volunteering. Just just this fun. But what I've always said is I've not been to Savannah like as an adult. So what I mean with that was like, Kevin and I going and exploring because I would see lots of different some of the same things I would see, but some things, we didn't go to any bars, obviously. We didn't go into any nice restaurants that would have cost too much money. Um I wanted to do a river tour, but the girls didn't, so we didn't do that. There are a few other things that I really wanted to do that they were not into. So it would be fun. We ate at the Crab Shack, which was so cool. The funny part was the Crab Shack, the girls spent more time talking. I guess they've saved a lot of parrots. And so spent more time talking to the parrots than actually eating their dinner. And you could feed the gators, so they did that. I mean, we did it's amazing how much we packed into that week. Right now it just exhausts me. Yeah, I was younger then. And that was only like 10 years ago. It feels like 40. I guess that's what happens when you live life hard, huh? Molly, is everyone signed up for Vikingathon? It starts on Monday. I am not. No, I do not have time for one more thing. March of the Mammoths that I got. Look, I'm behind in that already. Jean says, "Good morning, Kelly." Good morning, Jean. It's so good to see you. I woke up with a headache. I'm going back to bed. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Take something to help with the headache. Drink some water. Get some sleep. I hope you feel better tomorrow or after your nap. I'm assuming it's a congestion that's still beating on you. So mean. Awesome. All right. I think I am ready to start this first sprint. First sprint, I do need to make a doctor's appointment. Um, I rolled, I do my spinner wheel, right? So the spinner wheel came up with my personal thing. The first thing on that list was make this doctor's appointment, but that was at 5:40, and the office closed at 5. I was like, seriously? So I'm like, all right, first thing in the morning. So I'm going to call them first, and then I will get to writing. So let us get this started. Here we go. 30 minutes, and I'll see you on 30. Oh, that was 240 words for me and some please be a good girl for a little while with Cora. And the meeting I had today has been switched to next Monday. So I put on a bra for nothing. I don't understand. Wash my face, comb my hair. You don't need to do any of those things to write, just for the record. But that does mean I can get more things done today, so yay! And that Cora will definitely get her walk, because I will do that after sprints. And how did everyone else do that sprint? Did we have some success? Let's see. Megan joined us during that sprint. Hello, Megan. So good to see you. And Zwank says, I got a book of Viking folklore to read in spirit. There you go for the Vikingathon. It's too much for me to do. Yeah, it's too much. I can't do it. I just see a listing for a spring into reading a thon. I don't know I have time for any of them right now. I just signed up for another event in November to sell books, and then one in August, which is a big event to sell books. Yeah, so there's a lot going on that I am trying to organize, and I need to get these next books out and edited and published. And I need freelance editing. Anyone need an editor? If anyone needs to hire an editor, I have very reasonable rates. Let me know. And Molly says, that's good enough, Swank. In spirit is what we need. That's right. In spirit definitely counts. Molly says, a Cora cameo. Yay! Yeah, but I just put her outside for the past 10 minutes. I swear, if she's covered in mud, she can live out there. Oh, but at least I don't have to worry about staying clean now since I don't have to go to the meeting. Annette says, hello, everyone. Hello, Annette. How are you over there across the sea? Zwank says, damn it, just spilled an entire cup of coffee. Oh, no. That is freaking annoying. I am so sorry, Zwank. So sorry. Annette says, oh, no, Zwank. And Nikki says, I got to page 358 in Day of Fallen Night. Excellent. Dharma, I wrote about 200 words and petted the cat. She was insistent. Yeah, like the dog. I couldn't ignore her. She was also insistent. Alicia says, we are halfway through the competition. 8 questions. On question 4, taking pictures of the questions. Very interesting. Ooh, fun. Are you allowed to do that? You should probably make sure. Annette, I am signed up for Vikingathon, Molly. No idea of my TBR yet, but probably as many ARC and Hurkid books as I can make fit. Yeah, and that's the whole thing, right? I can't do another readathon. I have so many Hurkid. I will finish our fantasy. I have no doubt because I only have 2 books left for our fantasy, so I'll finish those this month. They're 2 big books, but still. But we will see with the but otherwise, yeah, I really, really need to concentrate on Hurkid. I still have like 60 books to read for that in the next few months. We'll see. Again, I'll do it no matter what because I'm reading plenty of indie. So if I have indie to get rid of a square, I can get rid of like 2 or 3 since July. But I don't want to, right? The whole point is to read the books that are on that list. I'm reading the indie anyways, right? So we shall see. And Vanessa joined us. Good morning, Vanessa. So good to see you. Morning, Pirates. Arr. And Alicia says, yes, they said we could take pictures to solve ourselves. Oh, excellent. That's really cool. That's cool. Vanessa says, here for a little bit before my hair appointment. How's everyone doing? We are hanging in there. I'm actually writing this morning, which is nice. I don't know what was going on yesterday. I'm going to blame the storms. It was a change of pressure. Air pressure totally affected my mood, I swear. Though, again, because I can't find any rhyme or reason for it, it also could just be hormones, as I suspected. No rhyme or reason for those things, especially at my age. They come and go as they please in whatever amounts they decide is fit for that moment. And Alicia says they're on question number 5. How many have they gotten right? Like, do they tell you that, or is that not to the end? Molly says, yay, Annette. I fed my list of ARC smoles into Chat GPT along with my prompts and asked for 3 choices for each prompt. Ah, nice. Nice. And Vanessa says, I slept like shit because we had storms over us all night. I'm so sorry, Vanessa. Ours were luckily like in the afternoon, which is why you got them later. It makes sense. I'm sure it was the same front. Alicia says they are getting the wiggles out before second half. Oh, I love that. Can't make those kids sit that long. I love it. I love it. Molly says hugs to Vanessa. Yeah, I am so sorry. Make some coffee. Just maybe don't spill it like poor Zwank. Yeah, that's not fun. Last time I had coffee spilled all over everything. Now it was the cat. It wasn't me that time. But still, that was just a disaster. It's one of those I moved something else and I'm like, oh look, there's coffee there. I did not see that. I shall now kill the cat again. Vanessa says, thanks, y'all. Hey, we're here for commiseration, if nothing else, for sure. Which reminds me, also, though, I feel less stressed now that I don't have my meeting. But I don't know, the stress was helping me write, so we'll see. And I made the phone call, right? Phone calls are hard, but we shall see when they call me back. Let's see. Annette says, stormy here in Ireland last night too, and apparently snow tonight. Oh, wow. At least in some areas. And Vanessa, no coffee for me this morning. Going to stop at Starbucks and get some chai. I do love me some chai. Molly says they changed their tribe, Vanessa, and everybody is saying it's gross. Oh, they changed their chai. Sorry, Vanessa, and everybody's saying it's gross. You may want to rethink that process. Huh. Interesting. I haven't had Starbucks in quite some time. You have to leave the house for that. I mean, you don't. You can have it delivered, but I'm not having Starbucks delivered. I have plenty of things delivered, but not Starbucks. That doesn't make any sense in my brain. Well, it says, yeah, this weather is getting crazy. We're supposed to have snow. I think we had snow over the weekend, and then we had tornadoes in the state. Yeah, it looked really bad watching the news this morning. The Midwest got hit hard. What was I going to say? I need to check and see if our fantasy board's up yet. Come on, man. Y'all are killing me. Like, I'm so distracted by that. And it is not. If anyone sees the Our Fantasy bingo board for 2026 before I do, please let me know. I'm like dying for it. I don't know why. I need to make a list. Like, I'm dying to make a list. I might look at one of these a-thons and just make a list, even though I'm not doing them. Dharma says it's going to be in the 90s this week. Then it hits the triple digits in mid-March. Ugh. Yeah, you know, I watched this entire special about what's happening with climate across the United States, and they said Tucson, Arizona is going to be just about unlivable because of the heat and the dry in, I think it was 2050. And in Houston, it's also going to be too dang hot. We're going to have over, what did they say? I think they said over 6 months of temperatures over 100 degrees. We already have like, you know, almost 3 months of it. And so it's going to be really hot too. But they think because we get enough rain, as long as that keeps up, which they're predicting it is, we should still be livable. But like all the sports, all that kind of stuff, it's all going to be moved indoors. Yeah, there was something on that. I was like, really, Tucson? Tucson's the least livable? Vanessa says, oh, I didn't know about the chai change. Looks like it allows for adjusting sweetness, which I've been wanting for a while. I'll try it and see how it goes. There you go. Molly, I went ahead and downloaded the Our Fantasy Romance. I didn't know about that, so that'll be good to do. And I've got my eyeball looking out for the Our Fantasy. Thank you, Molly. Yeah, I don't want to do the Our Fantasy. I don't want to just do fantasy romance. I just can't. That's too many fantasy romances for me. I do enjoy a good fantasy romance, but there's no way I can prioritize an entire bingo board of it. No way. I like because the Our Fantasy bingo board, the big category fantasy, it's fantasy, sci-fi, and horror, right? That I can do. Vanessa, they've also got protein milk now, which I'm glad for. Nice. Molly, Vanessa, maybe get a backup drink or taste it while you're there. Vanessa says, I was in Phoenix for part of the time. They had over 120 degrees for longer than a month. It was awful. Yeah, it's crazy. Molly, yes, the protein milk is a good idea. Vanessa says to Molly, I'm an adventurer. I'll live with whatever I get. Yeah, yeah. Get the chai, adjust it, especially if you can adjust it. It's fine, right? It'll be fine. It's just coffee or tea. We won't die. I like a chai latte. I like to just combine it. Just put lots of cinnamon in my coffee and we're good to go. All right, we're going to start the second sprint. I'm going to see if Cora is covered in mud. Please don't be covered in mud. And then I will get back to writing. So I will see y'all in 30. And that was our second sprint. How did everyone do? I did not get any writing done that sprint. I got distracted by looking at some readathons. And yeah, I don't have time. I just don't. I'm dying to make a list. I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is about me that I just want to make a list so badly. I just did my TBR. I don't know what the problem is. But yeah. So, but I will write more next sprint. I at least want to get this scene done. I'm really close, which is part of probably why I'm procrastinating. I don't know why that is. My brain, not logical. Hence the appointment. So I'm waiting for them to call me back. If they don't call me back by the end of sprints, I will call them again. Let's see. Dharma says people in Phoenix vacation in hell to cool off. I love that. I know it's always like it's a dry heat. I'm like, sure, but once you get, in the 120s, it's just hot. It doesn't matter dry or not. It's hot. Molly says, okay, but you better not be in a bad mood later when you got yucky chai and yucky chai. And yes, I am, and I told you so kind of person. Yeah, she'll fix it. It's not that important. Vanessa says, yes, I'll get the base, see what it's like, then adjust on my next one. You can also adjust the spice level, which I love too. Yeah, that is nice. That is a good thing about Starbucks. I mean, you can be very specific about what you want them to make for you. And Vanessa laughed at Molly. Vanessa, I like real chai as well. Starbucks always uses Tazo mix. So I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah. Vanessa, I even made my own chai spice mix back when I had more bandwidth for such things. Yeah, no, I got a chai tea. It was just the HEB brand, nothing fancy, just like tea bag, right? And took it to Superstars. And because Kevin bought me this little a collapsible kettle. And so it's really nice. It's just enough to make an instant oatmeal, just enough to make one cup of tea. And so I used it. Here's the problem: it's brand new. I'd never tried it before, and it tasted so much like star anise. The star anise was so strong. I could not taste cinnamon at all, just star anise. So, and we eat a lot of pho, so it tasted like pho to me, which is because star anise is one of the prominent spices used in pho. And I was like, I'm drinking tea, but I'm thinking about pho, and I feel like I'm drinking but it's not like it wasn't filling either category, so it was confusing my brain, and I just had to throw it out. I wouldn't even say it was gross. I just could not, my brain could not interpret what it was that I was drinking, and it kept distracting me when I was trying to do things at Superstars. So it was a little crazy. That was it was maddening. I don't mind star anise in the chai. Actually, there should be star anise in the chai, but cinnamon should still be the dominant flavor. So yeah, it was so funny. And Alicia, they are on the last question of the competition. Nicely done. See, they do stay on time, man. Nikki says, I got to page 384 in that sprint and part 2 in Day of Fallen Night. Nice. Almost to 400, man. You'll get to 400 next sprint. And Ren says, no reading from me just yet, but the work is working. There you go. So much to do. So much to do. Swank says ADHDers love to write lists. Is that what it is? And since I'm ADHDing so bad, I need to write a list so bad. I'm like, I need to make a list. And I already have all of my like functional lists done. So I need something else. I need to make a list. Annette says, ugh, I think my laptop hates me. Oh, I'm sorry, Annette. Technology is evil. Vanessa says, I also have a collapsible water kettle. I take it everywhere. Yeah, it's really, really, I didn't know I needed it. So yeah, Zafo just buys little things all the time. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And then every now and again, we get something like that. And I'm like, dude, this is the best thing you've ever bought me. I love this thing. Zwink says, first sprint, I listened to End of the World. I'm at 165 pages. I'm still behind. I'm sorry, man. Vanessa says, laugh out loud, your poor brain. Yes. Yes. I'm dying, man. It's just dumb. But I'd feel so much better if I just made a list. Zwank, second sprints, I wrote my morning pages. Yay! Vanessa says chai can be so many different flavors. Chai literally means tea, so the flavor profile isn't consistent. But there are some good ones out there. Yeah, but when it's an American product, what we think of is cinnamon, right? So that's just the American version of chai. But you're right. And if I went to, Thailand and ordered chai, I'd have to be more specific. Vanessa, also, if it doesn't have black pepper in it, it's not real chai. Really? Interesting. You learn something new every day. Annette says, it's not evil, it's just old. I love that, Annette. You give your electronics more credit than I give mine. Yeah, but mine also is old. I'll get a new one eventually, I swear. Let's see. Yep. All right, I think that's it. All right. I need our fantasy to come up so I can make a list. Quickly, hurry up, our fantasy. Because I also can't just like write a list. There has to be like a purpose for it. Even if it's a purpose I'm not going to use it for. I need the purpose. So, it is what it is. This is, yep, chai spices are basically cinnamon, cloves, black pepper, and then a few other things. I knew cinnamon and cloves. I did not know that black pepper was. That's very interesting. That's so cool. I do like Vietnamese coffee though, right? Where they have the really strong coffee, but then they add the sweetened condensed milk. It's so good. It's so good. That really bitter strong with that really sweet thick cream, basically, right? Because it's the sweetened condensed milk. So good. Vanessa, okay, gotta head out. Old lady cat hasn't woken up yet, so I'm sneaking out and leaving her feeding to hubby. Well, come back with gorgeous hair, Vanessa. Have fun at your appointment. Get pampered, and we'll see you next time. I am gonna start this last sprint, and I'm gonna write this time. I wrote the first sprint, now I'm gonna write this one. Here we go. And that was our last sprint. I managed to get in 570 words, which is the most I've written all week. So I will take that. But I really need this ADHD appointment so I can concentrate. I don't understand why I can't do it. I mean, I do understand. I know exactly why. But it's just frustrating that I can't just muscle my way through it. That's all. That's all. Every time they say button chair, I'm like, I wish that worked. I wish that worked. I wish it worked. Does not work. So, excellent. How did everyone else do? Did you have productive sprint? Did you get some magic made, created, invented? Let's see. We were at Vanessa had to head out. Old Lady Cat hasn't woken up yet, so she's sneaking out and leaving her feeding to hubby. And Tai Chi also has sweetened condensed milk. It's so good. Ooh, I haven't had Tai Chi with sweetened condensed milk. I have to do that next time I get Thai. I usually get their ginger tea. I really like their ginger tea. And that doesn't have any kind of milk product in it. At least not at the restaurant I go to. Vanessa says, have great sprints, y'all. See you tomorrow. Ren says, almost done with my work. Thanks for sprints, Kelly. Absolutely. I'm glad it was productive for you. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I might have only gotten 570 pages, but if y'all weren't here and I didn't go online or pages, I wish I could write that fast. Words in. But if y'all weren't here, I wouldn't have gotten any in. So thank you. You are helping me. And Nikki says I got to page 411 in that sprint. Nice. You did good. That was amazing. Nice to pass page 400 too. Swank says tomorrow is Friday the 13th. It is. It's also my birthday. Tomorrow is my birthday. I'm so excited. We're going to go to a little brewery because my favorite food truck's going to be there. So we're going to go eat from my favorite food truck and sit and play video games. Sit and play board games. So I'm very excited. Two of my favorite things, nice and low key. And Annette says, well done, Kelly. Thank you, Annette. Thank you very much. It is a struggle, man. Even when I know what I need to write. That's the thing. Like, it's not a writer's block. It's not like, oh, I don't know what to write. That's not what it is. I just can't seem to do it. Swank read my daily books. Excellent. Nicely done. Annette says, I'm still working on reviews and fighting my laptop. Thanks for sprints. Absolutely, Annette. I hope you win the battle. Swank says, thanks for sprint. See you tomorrow. Absolutely. Jean, I got up and done my step and got to 38% of an arc. Such sheltered lives. Oh, is it a memoir? A murder at an elite rehab center. Oh, gotcha. It's murder mystery. Annette says, happy birthday in advance, Kelly. Sounds like a fun plan, right? Nice, low-key, relaxing. Because my life is busy enough. So for my birthday, I just want to relax and not have to wash dishes. Two of my favorite things in the whole world. Jean says, happy early birthday, Kelly. Just in case I am not here tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you very much. And he also says, happy early birthday. Thank you. Thank you. So, yep. A year older tomorrow. Because, it all happens at once. It's not gradual. But, yeah. Plus, I'm not big with birthdays. I'm like, hey, it's my birthday. Okay, next. I'm an adult now. If I want something, I get it, right? If I can afford it. So, birthdays kind of lose the speciality after a while. Oh, sure. Now she naps. She'll get up as soon as I jump up. And Swink says, happy birthday from Swink to you. Woo! I like that. I'm assuming you sang it. And Jean says, words are stress. When I had to present yesterday, suddenly the words were flowing. That's so funny. It was like they were just there, man. They were there. I love it. I love it. I love it. I have 2 short stories I want to write, and I need to finish this book first. So I got to get it done. And it's just ridiculous that I'm so close. And I can't just, usually when I'm at the end of a book, I'm so motivated to get it done that I can pass through the lack of dopamine. Like, it produces enough dopamine just to know I'm almost done. And that has not happened with this book, and I don't know why. So probably because I know where the whole series is going to end already, so it's not as fun. right? It's not it's not as big of an adventure now. It's like, yeah, I know where we're going. So the fun is done for me. Jean says, I think I would lay down. My headache hasn't gone away. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, good luck. Take a nap. Hopefully you wake up refreshed. And I am going to look and see if our fantasy bingo's up again. And then I'm going to eat a sandwich so I can walk this dog so I don't kill her. And Benny is barking at heaven knows what outside. I know he's barking. Of course, at the door. She's like, come on, Mom. Benny's barking. She's so cute. All right. Thank you, everyone. We will see you tomorrow morning where Alicia will make her return appearance and we'll see how Lorelai did at her math bowl. And Nikki says, I hope you get your appointment soon. Thank you. I will call them again since they did not call me back during sprints. So I'll call them again. So we'll see. The psychiatrist usually there's a longer wait than most of the doctors I go to. So we shall see. All right. Zwank says, Jean, take a close pin on the skin between your thumb and forefinger. Take a close pin on the skin between your thumb and forefinger. Huh. Well, that depends on what kind of headache, right? I'm guessing she has a pressure headache based on the fact that she's sick. So I don't know if that would work for a pressure headache or not. Excellent. All right. So I will see y'all bright and early tomorrow morning. Thanks for hanging.